back in the studio,
back in the studio,
back in the studio,
back in the studio,
back in the studio, back in the studio,
back in the yeah, it's n.i.c. Breaknecks on the verse, I'm Randy Savage. Lyrics out this world and I'm far from average. Here is the finish line and I'm far past it. You're better than me, sarcastic. In this lonely world, you're my only girl, turn it. Lonely girl, you are my only world. And I pray to God that he leads me to you. So let's be together, you should think it through. Now I know I'm not perfect, but I am the truth. So this is so worth it, so what you gonna do? Now I got weak rappers giving me a migraine. Got my ex-girl giving me this hard pain. These jokers on the track, why they so serious? Weak rappers feeling hurt, must be on their period. Fearing this, hating this, no one can relate to this. You hear this, you're baited, simply whatever I make of it.
back in the studio,
Back in the studio,
back in the studio,
back in the studio,
back in the studio, back in the studio,
back in the Public had voted him again in desperation, that hoping through his guidance he would strengthen the nation. But ill-found hunger, pain, and separation currently testing the limits of segregation. Save us, wishing our nation would have its heroes, plus a little cash, add a couple of zeros. African people, drop the label Negroes. Face it, it's doomsday unless we change our people. Rest in peace, and this goes out to you. New James rhythm, jazz smooth like June. Our man's died young, but that don't stop the tune of the classic beat droppers and rhythm and blues. It's sad to see all the competition up next, as even when we practice it is no contest. Cold verse hits the wire, frost on the mic, so next on the beat we'll deal with frostbite.
back in the studio, back in the studio,
Back in the studio,
back in the studio, back in the studio,
back in the